Welcome to Let's Not Meet, Episode 2. The title of this story is called I Was Approached by a Creep When I Was 13. Submitted by Arabian Tea. Excellent name. Do love tea myself. Okay, let's get started. This all happened when I was 13 years old. I live alone with just my father, who worked from 6 a.m. to about 4 p.m., which meant I had to walk to the bus stop myself. 6th grade was the first time I rode the bus, and nothing wrong happened. This was the very end of my 7th grade year, so I suspected nothing. My bus stop at the time was less than a block away. My neighborhood is 5 streets that run east to west, and are all connected by a street that runs north to south. My street is the one furthest to the left, so behind my house is a main road that connects to a highway. If I walk about 5 houses up, I'll be able to get to the street that runs north to south. And the house across the street was where the bus met. And the person actually apologizes for being a bit confusing. Totally understandable. Anyway, so it was another normal day. Very warm. I was wearing shorts. I'm only 5'3", full grown, so at age 13, I was much smaller. I probably seemed like a very good target. So I left my house, and of course there was a truck parked about 2 houses away from mine, on the side of the street. I thought nothing of it. As I started walking towards my bus stop, it slowly followed me. The dude didn't even start his car, so I assume it was already on. So I also just assumed he wanted to go onto the main road, which is why he was following me. At the edge of the street, I stopped, hoping he'd pass. He just waited there. So I crossed the street myself, assuming he was going to go the other way. When I got to the stop, he rolled down his windows. I don't remember his face all that much, but he was balding, sort of grey, and had glasses. Think stereotypical creep sort of glasses. And I remember he had an older green truck. It looked like it was from the 90s or early 2000s. But I'm not an expert in trucks at all. He calmly asked me if I wanted to get into his car, and I replied, "Excuse me?" Which, to be honest, is the right response, Arabian Tea. At this point, my heart was beating a mile a minute. Like I mentioned, I was a very small 13-year-old girl. If he wanted to grab me, I'd have a very slim chance of escaping. He then asked again, more urgent and kind of annoyed. This was luckily the age where kids were starting to get phones much earlier on. So I had my phone on me. I held it up and replied, "No, I don't want to ride. Please go away." He looked at me kind of nervous and then quickly drove away. But I was so scared when he was out of my sight I started to sob. I called my father, the second I was able to, and told him everything. He ended up picking me up from school when I got there, and made me file a report with not only the school, but the police. Your dad is a bright guy. I felt very unhelpful because I couldn't remember much of his face. And I didn't even dare look at his license plate. After this, I was required to get a ride from my neighbor until I entered high school. Creepy guy followed me at the bus. I hope we never meet again. Well, thanks for that story, Arabian Tea. I might have some tea myself. And thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Visit me on Twitter, Facebook, and let me know what you think. Thanks for all the support.